Alright guys, so if you're over the age of 30 and you're thinking of studying in Canada, or maybe you're not able to get enough CRS under your express entry, and then you think that studying in Canada could be your sideways to entry, then you should watch this video till the end, because we are discussing whether or not and what are the chances of studying in Canada, what are the chances of approval rate once you cross the age of 30, and whether or not studying is an option for you. Please watch this video till the end. My name is Sahil. Alright guys, so welcome back once again. My name is Sahil and I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant, and I practice here inside Brampton, Ontario. My office is here. If you want to get in touch with me, my number is on the screen right now and in the description box. Kindly feel free to schedule a consultation and I would be more than happy to discuss your case. Guys, if you're watching this video for the first time, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the bell icon, so that every time we release a new video on Canadian immigration, you're given an update and you're notified regarding that. So guys, let's just quickly get on with the topic of the day, and we are discussing whether studies are an option for people who are over the age of 30, and more importantly, what are the approval rates with IRCC with respect to your case when it comes to your age being 30, 35, 40, 44, howsoever. But then, what exactly is the truth behind it? So guys, I've seen two kind of people: one who really want to study, and the other ones who think studying after the age of 30, 35, 40 is a sort of a side entrance to getting an express entry. But the reality of study permit, so what they generally forget is that the reality of study permit is that it's a temporary resident visa. Okay, now when an IRCC officer assesses your file for your studies, he or she is going to look at whether you are a bona fide student or not. And the IRCC officer is very well aware that you could probably use this study as an option to get your PR. So then if the officer is convinced that you're using this like a side entrance, then you have very high chances of rejection. But you need to make sure that you prove your truth of being a bona fide student in your application. And it's a tough job. It's a long application, especially for matured students. It definitely becomes a lot task taking. But then let's just look at some numbers which were released by this. There's a big agent in Canada who typically deals with study permits only, and there are certain projections that have been given by StatCan itself. So if I go through all these numbers and I develop my own opinion as to what I've seen in the past, what I've heard, and there is a lot of forum. So all sort of a concentrate liquid put together. My thought was that when you are below the age of 20, so that means you just graduated from your school, from your high school, you've just done your grade 12, and you are applying for a study permit, then your chances are pretty high. You are running in the top 1/3, that is, you are running beyond 75%, 78% of approval rate. Okay, that is a very good chances of approval that you're running. Between the age of 20 to 25 also, that's a very good age for applying to Canadian studies, international students. With respect to India, you can easily see about 55 to 60% of approval rate. Obviously, the person has to prove that he or she is a bona fide student. But when do the tables actually start turning is when people beyond the age of 25 start applying. Now 25 to 30 or rather 26 to 30 is an age bracket which sees a sharp fall in terms of approval rates. We can definitely see about, say, 40 to 50% of chances of approval, and when you cross the age of 30, then it's a drastic fall. You see less than 40% chances of approval in study permits. So yes guys, and these are not just blatant numbers that have been run. Wish I could share the source with you, but more importantly, it is my experience, it is my discussion with a lot of consultants. I've seen live cases that have gone on, and then personally also, if you think from an IRCC officer's perspective. So let's say an IRCC officer is assessing your file and he sees that the person is already, say, 33 or maybe 34. the person has already done a master's degree, maybe an MCom or MBA or something like that, or a PGDM, and then he or she wants to apply for a study permit in Canada. He or she already has a good amount of experience and working maybe as a software developer or somewhere in India, and now the person says that I want to study in Canada. Now think from an IRCC officer's perspective. What will he think? Will he not say that okay, so this person already has a master's, his age is 33, he or she is at an age where the person should be settled, or at least looking forward to prolong the career or get into the earning mode, rather than getting back to school. Now then the case becomes tough. When we say that there are about say less than 40% of chances, then the reason is that only 30 to 40% people were able to convince the officer that they were bona fide student, right? So yes, that is correct. When you cross the age of 30, you are 35, 40, 44. I'm not denying the fact that you can definitely get a study visa approval, okay, but the chances are pretty low. So when you think of applying to study in Canada and you are over that age, please be sure that you could be looking at investing first that amount of big money, and then later if the file is refused, you should be ready to wait while that money comes back to you. Okay, now guys, this is the blatant truth. I wish I could have said something more pleasing to your ears, or it could have been more promising, but understand the fact that any advice that is given in your benefit is and can be a little more blunt on the face and a little more transparent, and then only it is in your benefit, right? Because you will find a lot of agents around yourself. If you go hunting for agents around you, you will get a lot of them promising some fake figures to you, some fake promises to you that, oh, don't worry, we can do it. But honestly, after the age of 30, study totally depends upon the person's personal profile, whether or not the person needs education, if he's done his masters already or not, what kind of a business, what kind of a career plan the person has, how is the Canadian education going to benefit that person when he goes back to India, does he have the money to support himself, whether or not financially is it justified, is it important, and in terms of the course, is the course relevant. All of these things come into the IRCC officer's mind, and then he has to be convinced that you as an applicant are a bona fide student, and if he is, then you can definitely fall into the bracket of those, say, roughly around 40% people who are approved and approved to travel. And then again, your country will also matter. We have seen a lot of approvals from US, and then all the other countries fall back. But yes, if you want to apply, we can definitely have a discussion on your case. You can reach out to me on the number on the screen, and my number is also on the description box. Kindly feel free to schedule a consultation. We can definitely have a discussion on your case. If you have any queries where you want to understand that whether or not it is a good option, or maybe you have a certain other questions, I would be more than happy to answer those questions for you. Once again, I hope to see you soon in Canada, and all the best.